Hey guys, TheCubicle here, and in this video I'm going to be comparing the different lube variants available at TheCubicle.us. So first of all, I just want to thank Phil and James from TheCubicle for sponsoring this video. I'll provide a link to TheCubicle.us in the description, as well as links for all the different lubes available at their store. In total, TheCubicle has 8 different lube options, which include the assorted silicone lubes that range from weight 1 to weight 5, weight 1 being the lightest and weight 5 being the heaviest. And they also have Lubicle, which is TheCubicle's brand of lube, which is only available at that store. And in that, they have Lubicle Regular, Lubicle Speedy, and Lubicle Gummy. So as you can tell from their names, Lubicle Speedy is to make your cube faster. Lubicle Gummy is to slow it down if it's too fast, and Lubicle Regular is in between. So in this video, I'll be comparing all these different lube options available at TheCubicle, so you can decide which one is the best one for you. So here is assorted silicone lube weight 1, and then this is weight 2, weight 3, and weight 4, weight 5. And this is Lubicle that I think is probably better because it's more expensive and like it's also tinted. As you can see, this is kind of like pinkish and this is a bit bluish. I have 8 brand new YJU longs here, and I've only done a couple of sols on each of them, so they're pretty much brand new. So you might be thinking that I'm going to be using one type of lube for each cube, since there are 8 lubes and 8 cubes, but that's not actually what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using combinations of different lubes for each cube. So here's a chart of all the combinations that I'm going to be using. So at the top you can see I'll be using Lubicle Gummy for the hardware and Lubicle Speedy for the pieces of the cube. So I'll probably do that on the black cube. And then I'll do all the other combinations for all the other cubes to see which cube turns out the best, and in the end deciphering which combination of lube is actually the best for a speed cube. So yeah, I'm just going to go lube all these, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay guys, I'm back, and I've lubed the hardware for all the cubes, and I'm just going to go and put different lube in each of the cubes one by one to see what happens, and we can test it out, and I'll give you my final thoughts on them afterwards. Alright guys, so here I have all of the cubes fully lubricated, and I've noticed a lot of differences but also a lot of similarities between how the cubes turned out with the different combinations of lube, but I haven't got my final thoughts yet as I haven't had enough time to break the lube in and work it all the way around. So I'll be back with my final thoughts after I fully break all of these cubes in and get a good idea of which lube works best for which situations. Alright guys, I'm back. I've had a few days to compare how these cubes turned out, and here are my final thoughts on the performance of the different types of lube. So I've distinguished the lubes into two distinct categories. I noticed some cubes were a lot faster than others, even though the slower ones are still much faster than they were out of the box. The difference of lube and hardware didn't affect the speed, but it did eliminate the spring noise. It was the type of lube that I used in the pieces that affected the speed of the cube. As I assumed, the fastest cubes were the ones that were lubed with weight 1 or Lubico Speedy in the pieces. And I also noticed the weight 1 is slightly faster than Lubico Speedy, but they're both in the fastest category as the speed difference for both of them is much higher than in the other cubes. In the slower group are weight 2, weight 3, Lubico Regular, and Lubico Gummy. Lubico Gummy didn't turn out to be as bad as I thought in the pieces. It keeps the cube reasonably fast and makes it more controllable. All these cubes turned out great. They're much faster than they were originally out of the box. The cubes lubed with weight 1 and Lubico Speedy are incredibly fast and almost uncontrollable for me. I average sub 18, but I have slow TPS, so for me the slower cubes are more controllable. There are subtle differences between the speeds of them, but for the most part, half of them can be identified as significantly faster than the others. Here I've put together a list of the results from fastest to slowest. You may notice that in the white cube I use the same combination of lube that comes with Phil's lube bundle at TheCubicle. If you want your cube to be extremely fast, I recommend getting this bundle as it is cheaper if you buy the lube separately. So it's a good thing that they have bundles like these. If you want your cube to be as fast as possible, which isn't that much more than with Lubico Speedy, then I'd say go with weight 1 in the pieces and probably weight 4 or 5 in the hardware, as it is generally better to put heavier lube in the hardware for reduced friction and enhanced durability. Personally, the stickerless is my favorite one because speed is perfect for me. I can control it easily, and it's the one I'm getting my best times with. The other cubes in the slow category are good too, but this one is the best out of them. The faster cubes, however, are harder for me to be consistent with since they're too fast. So it all comes down to what suits you. The fastest cube may not always be the best. It just depends on your turning style and TPS. I recommend experimenting with what works for you, but here's kind of a guideline of what I think would be good for what speeds you might be. A basic tip you should know is that if your cube is already too fast for you, try getting a slower one or use Lubico Gummy or anything higher than weight 3 to make it more controllable. If you want your cube to be just a little bit faster, then use either weight 3 or weight 2 or Lubico Regular. And if you want it to be as fast as possible, then use weight 1 or Lubico Speedy. As for the hardware, just use weight 4 or 5, keeping in mind that heavier lube is better. So that's it for this review and comparison of all the lubes available at TheCubicle.us. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed it, and once again a big thank you to TheCubicle for sponsoring this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.